Hey guys, this is Nandor from Nagyerdei Korisok, and today, guess what? I'm having an interview with one of my best friend, Patrick from Alpine Ice Freestyle.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Patrick from Alpine Ice Freestyle. Nandi, thank you for the epic intro, but before we start the interview, let's see what this guy is doing on the ice.
It's past 11 o'clock and I'm out of time. Getting through the lock and no key to find. Looking all around at the station, are we frozen? Failing to understand how I can hear your mind. Racing on and on through the years of time. Future is our home and I need to get back to
We're having this interview online because it's Corona at the moment. Also, it's summer, so not that many reasons for traveling to Debrecen. And yeah, there's something special happening because Nandi turned daddy. Nandi, how are you doing as a daddy?
I'm very tired, but it will get better. We are just through the first 3 weeks now.
Yep.
It will be better after 1.5 months.
Can you imagine this guy holding a child? I'll put in some videos where he's ice skating and now he has to care for a child. It's a funny imagination. So the name of your baby is Wenzel. So how did you come to this name?
We searched for an old Hungarian name, but actually it's not originated from Hungary. It also has a German version and a Slavic version. But we wanted to give a unique old name that is not used very much here. So we got to this decision.
So I guess for this interview, I don't have to introduce the guy I'm talking with, so I skipped that. But for the people who don't know you in person, where do you live? What's your name? What's your age? What are you doing?
So I'm living in Hungary, Debrecen. That's actually one of my most asked questions under my videos. But I still don't know why people ask this, because I don't know. Probably, I have a guess. Probably they think I'm from Russia because we have a lot of frozen lakes here, it's now my question. Why is that the lakes are frozen here through the whole winter and nowhere else in Middle Europe? I guess we are pretty lucky, or I don't know. We just have good weather here. But it seems to me that other people don't have frozen lakes through the winter.
Yeah.
So that's probably the reason why this question is asked. So yeah, I live in Middle Europe, in Hungary, in Debrecen.
Yeah, so you're from Debrecen. How old are you now?
I'm almost 33.
Almost 33, but you're still
almost
skating like a 25-year-old. If we are talking about frozen lakes, I'm from the Alps, but if we have frozen lakes, there's 1.5 meters snow on it, so not that skatable. And you're living in still Central Europe, but very, very Central Europe with no oceans around more than 1,000 kilometers. So I guess this already changed the climate a little bit. Siberian. And I also heard from some people I was talking about you that they think you're Russian because of your funny accent. But I have a German accent. You have this Hungarian accent, which makes it so funny.
Yeah, so this is a typical Hungarian accent. It's not Russian, it's Hungarian.
Okay, let me check the questions. So next question, pretty interesting, because you were one of the freestylers who started doing what we know as freestyle today before the most of us even heard about the sport freestyle ice skating. So my next question is, what is your story? How did you come into freestyle ice skating? When have you made your first steps on the ice? When did you develop your style? When did you try to be different on the ice than hockey players, figure skaters, and everything? What is your story?
It's actually, well, it started as a sad story because, there was our favorite rink, the Nagyerdei ice rink, which got closed due to some political fight. We don't know the exact reason, but it got closed and moved. So that rink doesn't exist anymore. It has a replacement rink, which is just smaller one and pretty shit quality, pretty crap quality.
Yeah, I know this rink. But it's actually, I checked it on Google Maps, it's just a few hundred meters away from the old ice rink where you started.
Yeah, but it's not the same anymore. Yeah. We had those large trees around the rink, quiet place. I don't know, it was just inviting. You can still feel the feeling through the videos. And actually that was closed for a lot of time when we got this replacement rink, like 4 years or 5 years. And we just started doing tricks when in the last year when this rink was closed. So we wanted to practice tricks so much and we couldn't do it anywhere. We were not allowed to do tricks in the indoors rink. So it was very frustrating for us to just, getting your dreams cancelled. So that's why we made the team name. Actually, we made the team name after the first ice skating video I uploaded, Freestyle Skating 1, as a respect of the place that was closed. Half of the team dissolved, sadly. We were still going to the lakes when they were frozen, but that was just a couple of weeks in the winter. So we were just shut down for a couple of years before we could actually start doing anything serious. But in the meantime, we couldn't play games. We could just think about doing tricks and just tried smaller, easier tricks on the indoor rink, which were allowed. So this is how we actually started. So it wasn't our choice to do freestyle ice skating. If the rink still existed, we would just be there playing games for our own fun. It's the rink's closure that triggered us to go separate, and some of us stayed on the ice and started practicing tricks because we couldn't play games anymore. Okay. That's how we started.
So you say that the worst thing that happened to you in your skating life, closing this old rink you pretty much loved, was the point that brought you into freestyle ice skating. Okay, you produced the first video of freestyle ice skating, which has over 1.1 million hits in the meantime. You produced this video out of fun on the old ice rink, but really coming into freestyle ice skating happened when you were kicked off this old ice rink because it wasn't existent anymore, and then you moved to the lakes. So the worst thing that ever happened to you in ice skating finally brought you to the sport freestyle ice skating as you do it today. Is that right?
Yeah, kind of right. We would be practicing some level of tricks for sure, because we just, after some time, you just get bored going in circles. So you try to add new elements to your skating. We would be practicing some tricks for sure, but most of the time we would be just playing, I guess.
Okay, yeah, so there's something good and something bad in the closing of the rinks. And now the rink is closed, this old one, and I was there with you a few years ago, and you told me about the feelings you have, the noises I saw you. Unluckily, I was alone there and I was not doing YouTube at this time, but I saw you, how you felt this place. You felt the sounds, the smell, the old deformer ice cleaning up machine, the trees and everything. And now, because you want to get this feeling back, or kind of back, you're creating kind of computer game to make this place to come back alive. So how are you doing in this computer animation at the moment?
Yeah, that's right. So actually the place is back again on computer, and I'm working now on the animations, which is very hard, which is a separate job. Actually creating animations that looks very, very realistic is super hard. The scripting part, I'm a computer programmer, so it's actually very funny, and I enjoy it very much. But I have to be extremely precise on the animation. So the place is there. You can display some clips. In the meantime, I will record some clips for you. The place is there. It's just a regular PC version now, but I will try at some point to port it to a VR headset to make it even more realistic. Probably it's just for myself and just for the all team members, but I will try that. But with the game, I just want to create at least a basic arcade game where you can do some tricks and do some fun. I have some pretty interesting quests or objectives, like what you always wanted to do on the ice, but you never actually really did. Like when someone is falling in front of you, you wanted to jump over him so much.
Yeah.
So now you can do this in the game.
I did that once.
You did that?
Yeah, I did that once. Probably, if you watch my videos, there's a guy called Nick appearing in my videos. Sorry Nick, but a relatively old guy who's not skating that good, but he improved in the last years pretty well. And I met him the first time when he was skating right in front of me, and I was very fast, but not that good at this moment. I was not sure if I should brake, and he was falling, and I was jumping right across him. And since this day, we are friends. And you want to bring that alive in the game, and you can do this game, those animations, because you are a computer programmer. That's the reason why your videos are just from another planet. I watch a lot of YouTube stuff, for example, Devin Supertramp, Adrenaline Addiction, or even Peter McKinnon, on all those guys, Casey Neistat, probably heard of him. And your videos are on the same level, but they are on this level for ages because you're a computer programmer. So, do you want to talk more about your job as a computer programmer and how this job as a computer programmer ground down here, how this job brought you into doing those movies? How did this come together? Because programming a computer, making something like that for work, and then bring it into your personal life and create videos like that. I think there's a gap. How did you come over this gap to use your knowings to make those awesome videos?
Yeah, it's not very closely related. What I really do is just, write code itself. So I don't use any graphical interfaces. I just type and write executable code. So yeah, there is a huge gap, but in the mindset, there is really not much of a gap. You have small blocks, small tools that are good for small tasks, and you have to build the working solution together from these small blocks. Actually, video editing is the same. You have small effects, small tweaks, and you can build a whole good visual together with that. 3D editing is also the same. Making a game is also the same. It's just a mindset. It's that you have small tools and you visualize your path and visualize a final product that you can create. And then you start searching, do research, and that's how I started to 3D modeling. I started to research on modeling, on animation, and I did all those small things separately. And I just realized if I put those together, I could actually make a 3D animation for my intro, and then 3D animations for tutorials and stuff like that. And now I realized, yeah, I can move a model on a 3D screen. I can actually create a place for the model to skate. And now I can script the animations to move how I want. So that's a game. This is how the game idea was born.
Okay, and if I'm not talking about the game, how did you bring your editing skills? Now, let me ask the question different. How did you bring your computer programming skills? You're just writing codes, by the way. If you want, you can say for what companies you're working. But how did you bring writing codes into video editing? I think this is also a different world. You have to love to work with computers, but bringing those code writings into videos. How did you come from this point to this point and still have fun to spend time in front of a computer?
Yeah, it's what I told. It's a mindset. You know that you have some small tools. It doesn't matter if you write it on a console interface or you click I don't know, and they make a transition in a video. These are small tools. So you memorize these tools you have in a program, and you imagine a final product that you can build upon these tools. It's like playing with Lego. So we have small blocks, and you can make a huge Lego castle out of it. Even though it's very hard, but definitely definitely feasible even with small blocks.
Okay, if we are on a technical side, would you tell the people what cameras you're using, which programs you're using?
When I decided I will become a programmer, I had a very serious hobby in the meantime, and that was filming. I was in a contact with a local company who were doing edits, music videos, and the reason I bought my first camera is because I had a contract with them that they were borrowing my camera for their work, so I could get back some money from them through these borrowments, if such a word exists.
Nice, nice.
In the meantime, I caught up some knowledge on video editing. So actually that's how I started it. I purposely started video editing because I wanted to learn video editing, and that was interesting for me at that time. And in the same time, I started to learn ice freestyle tricks. So the first freestyle skating video was just a hobby project. I wanted to test out some editing skills, some effects. It was more likely, I guess I can say that, it was more likely a video not made to show ice skating skills and ice skating feelings. It was just a test for video editing, I guess, if I can say that. Yeah, it's almost 50-50, but it's a little bit more on the video editing side, the first movie.
You know what? For all the people who are still watching the interview, I'm interviewing those people because I know some answers to the questions, but I also want to give the answers to you. But sometimes I also figure out pretty new things and know those people I call friends. He's one of my best friends at all. Figure out some new things about them I didn't really know. And this first video, which is still the most clicked freestyle ice skating video on YouTube with over 1.1 million hits, was just made to test out editing skills and not for the purpose we are thinking it was made. So this is just awesome to finally know that. By the way, if we're talking about my interview thing and everything, I'm looking at you now at the camera now, but I'm having a Skype call with Nandi to record this. So sometimes I'm looking in the Skype call and sometimes I'm looking in the camera. Just if you're interested, why I'm always looking this way, because there I watch Nandi's eyes, there I watch Nandi, there I watch you, and there I can see what my camera is watching at. So just as an explanation. Okay, and here I got my questions written down. Let's go a little bit back to the skating part. Let's talk about your team, because we can see the t-shirt you're wearing now at the moment. You're selling this t-shirt, but you also had a group of people who are wearing a pullover of that. It's what the people on the internet know as the Nagyerdei Korisok team. But in the last years, I just met Adam, the crazy truck driver guy. And we see in Freestyle Ice Skating 4, for example, we just see two other persons. If you don't look closely, you just see one other person in this pullover taking part. And in the first videos, for example, Freestyle Ice Skating 2, when you went on the lakes after the ice rink was closed, there are a few more people who are wearing this pullover. And my question is, describe your team. How did you build the team? How did you decide that we are a team? And what happened to the team now, because you're appearing in the videos mostly alone?
I'm appearing mostly alone because the videos nowadays are trick oriented, especially the tutorials, of course. So right now only I am practicing tricks and keeping my level, maintaining my level. But we are actually having a team once again who are playing. So most of my time in the indoors ice rink, I'm playing again, and just in the small part I'm practicing new tricks or maintaining my level. And yeah, it was a hard work get the team back. Actually, we replaced most of the team members because the old ice rink is closed. People are having a strong relationship a strong connection with the rink and don't want to go anywhere else. So the people who are on the team now are from the indoors rink, which appears in a couple of my videos and I think most of my tutorials now. So yeah, we are having a team once again. Hoodies are for the team members, but we are mostly playing. And I think only around 2 or 3 guys started to actively practice tricks in the last year. So maybe they will appear in my next videos soon.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. I met some of the guys already. I really hope that you get kind of a team back, because when we meet you in Debrecen, or as I was visiting you, I was the first freestyler who visited this guy in Debrecen, and you can see how his heart goes up when he has another guy on his level skating together. He really enjoyed it, so I really wish you that you can get such a team back, not just for playing games, because you also love to practice in groups. Anyway, was this a scream of your baby in the background, by the way?
Yep, he's awake, but probably he's eating now.
Oh, oh, yeah, so the baby is 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old?
3 weeks.
So I know how he's eating, so I'm not asking him to come in front of the camera now. But when he's ready to come in front of the camera, please do it.
Yeah, all right, soon.
Soon, okay. So let's come to the next question. Freestylers, we all freestylers know it, when you have time, the ice rink is open, and you're not that motivated. Your body hurts or other reasons, and you're thinking, should I go ice skating today or not? And then when the skating time is over and you're back in school or at work, then you think, oh, I should have gone skating. I was not skating this weekend. I think this happens to every one of us. So my question is, what inspires you to do freestyle ice skating, to go out and practice, to pick your ass up off the couch and on the ice rink, even on the days you're not that motivated? And if you're motivated, what is your motivation? What brings you on the ice, to make it short?
I never felt this feeling. I'm always motivated. I really never ever felt this. I want to go to the ice so much. It's once a week. I mean, everybody knows that on Sunday evening I'm on the ice. They don't plan anything else. The family doesn't plan anything else on that day, on that time. I'm preparing for that through the whole week, and I'm always motivated. It's probably because I can practice some tricks, and if I get tired in those, I can get easily tired, like after half-hour intense training. If I get tired, I will go and play games with the guys. Have a chit chat in the buffet, have a tea, then come back and play the games.
Okay, so you don't have that much time to go on the ice. It's just once a week, and when you have this time, you are motivated.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a better situation. Okay, depends on. So I sometimes, when I was on holiday, I had the opportunity to go on the ice 3 times per day, but even going every day, once a day, then you lose a little bit motivation. But I think I can understand, if you just have time to go on the ice once a week, then the motivation comes automatically. Especially in the upcoming season with the baby, because then you have even less time to go on the ice, probably.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, if we are talking about time for freestyle ice skating and the baby. So the last years we were having freestyle ice skating events in Debrecen. But how do you look into the upcoming season? Because I think you won't have that much time to make tutorials, not that much time to spend hours in front of your computer editing, or time to set up an event and use the whole weekend for the event. So how do you look into the next season with the fact that you have a baby now?
Yeah, this is a good question. I feel that there won't be enough time to make as much content as before, but a couple of videos are already planned. I will try to do like 5 or 6 videos instead of usual 10 that I do. And I hope those will be interesting.
Okay, so now a short question. I have a playlist on my phone which contains my favorite music to go freestyle ice skating. You already told me that you are not listening to music at all. Probably depends on, because you are most of the time playing and practicing just a while, and then I saw you practicing, you're very concentrated, you're not listening to music. But if we're not talking about the music you're listening to, then let's talk about the music you are using for your videos. For example, the video about the Debrecen Meetup 2020, this music choice was 3 songs and 2 made it to my freestyle ice skating playlist. This song choice was so wow, so awesome. And even your first videos, the people were copying the music out of your videos, sometimes even with the background noises without noticing that, and trying to put this music into their videos. But this music you're choosing just works for your videos. And my question is, how do you find this music? Because I, for example, I'm always searching for music, but picks like yours are just incredible sometimes, and how you use the music. So how do you find your music? What is freestyle ice skating music to you? How is this all happening?
Well, nowadays I'm searching for music that where I have the license, so I'm sure it won't be taken down because of some copyright. I have access to a library. I'm specifically searching music in this library, and I'm listening to music all the year and putting aside the music that I think can make it into a video. And if I have feelings through when listening to this music, if some feelings are generated myself, then I don't write that down, I will memorize the feeling, but I will memorize or write down the song title. And when there is a specific meeting or event or video or part in a video that shares this feeling, I will use the whole song and build the video around that feeling part. So the slower parts in the Debrecen meetup was especially a song like that. I was having it on my hard drive for like 3 or 4 years, and I was just waiting for the opportunity to shoot out a slower video part for that music. And I have another music now, which I found months ago. It's an epic ending song. Sadly, it's very short. It's like half minutes long, but it's just an epic ending for a video. I don't know if it will ever make it into a video, but if I will ever film a video that has an epic ending, for example, saying goodbye after a pretty good meetup, or I don't know, this will be the song for it. So I'm just collecting these songs throughout the whole year, and whenever I can, I will shoot these.
Okay, yeah, it sounds similar to what I'm doing. Also checking music I got the license for, checking it the whole year to sort out the best music from a video. Sometimes I get 3 or 4 songs a week when I'm finding a new place to get music from. And sometimes there's months without finding a single song, and then I have a music pool where I put all those songs inside. Checking my footage I made of the event or whatever I did on the ice, and then checking the music, and then the music which has the best feelings comparable to the feelings of the videos, then I put that together. This is what happens. And sometimes, for example, my Budapest edit 2019, this was made by a song I had, I think, more than half a year ago. And I just noticed, oh wow, that's a Budapest feeling song. And this song finally made it into the Budapest video. So we are pretty close in that. Another question, we can see on your breast the Nagyerdei Korisok logo, which is also on my t-shirt.
Yep.
Some people would say this is your iconic trick. And also some people who think butterflies or beat twist and those things you do. But what is your iconic trick? What is the trick you love performing the most? What is the trick which shows your personality? The trick you have to do when you're always on the ice. Your iconic trick.
I like to do every trick that I learned so far. I'm always having a different favorite. But after these years, it seems to me that the most favorite trick for me is just a regular full speed hockey stop. That is what I always do at the end of the sessions. When the last music is playing, it's always the same music in the indoors rink. When that's playing, I know I have to do a couple of full speed hockey stops just to end the session as a ritual and then go off and dress up.
Okay, yeah, I got something similar. I have a double inside 180 ground touch break. I always have to do when I leave the ice. And if I have a pretty great session and I forget to do the trick at the end, then the session feels shit. This is what happens to me. Yeah, as you said, I also love to learn new tricks. When you nail a new trick, you have to do it so often at the end of the session when you know, oh, let's do it another time. Oh, this one was not good. And you know what I'm saying. And yeah, pretty similar here. Iconic tricks change. So next question, we already talked about ice rinks. What is your favorite ice rink? Maybe you have a few favorite ice rink. I could imagine that the old one is a mansion, or the lake, Francisca, or probably Falun or Budapest. So what are your favorite ice rinks and why?
It's the old one, which is closed by far, because of the feeling. Because it's in the middle of a forest, the air is fresh, was fresh, well, the air is still fresh there, but I'm not there anymore. Actually, I'm there filming a couple of tutorials. I was there filming a 540 kick tutorial and practicing off-ice tricks, because behind the rink there is a huge grass field, and people usually go there to play football, frisbee, American football, and me tricking. So I still go there for training. It's not the same anymore. It has a quite peaceful, quiet feeling, but it's not the same as, you know, in a chilly winter night when it's already more quiet than a usual summer day. You go out and it was just literally another world. Maybe I can share you some clips that I didn't put anywhere to display in the meantime. It was just another world. Even in daylight it was very peaceful, quiet and refreshing, but during the night sessions it was another world. I think nothing can beat that. Big ice rinks are pretty good because of the so much thing to do and so much people to meet there, and indoors ice rinks are not as good. They are just indoors. So if you want to find the best ice rink in the world, or even not, maybe not for me, but the best ice rinks, I think, which has the greatest feelings, we definitely have to search for outdoors rinks. And for me, the old Nagyerdei ice rink was far the best.
So we're talking about the old outdoors ice rink. As you said, outdoor ice rinks beat every indoor ice rink. There are a few cool indoor ice rinks, but I think they can't deal with some outdoor ice rinks. For example, the one in Switzerland I was, which is so awesome. But let's talk about other awesomeness. Let's talk about the best thing ever happened to you in connection with freestyle ice skating. The most epic thing ever happened, most awesome thing, the best remembering, whatever. What is the most epic thing ever happened to you in connection with freestyle ice skating?
It's a good question. I can't name just one thing. It's a whole set of small things that add up together. Okay. Like I was invited to test out the sled dog snow skates. The weekend was paid for me. I was doing tricks for the company in exchange. It was an awesome weekend. A couple of contracts to be in commercials. At least I think 2 or 3, I don't really remember. Invitation to 2 television shows. Those kind of small things. Typically, if I can sum up these in just one manner, I can say those unique personal emails that I received and read about something cool that we can do together with another party, another company, or another people. Those were the best things.
Okay, yeah, so you already experienced some things that people are dreaming of when they do YouTube, when they do freestyle ice skating, like getting contacted by a television company or getting contracts for commercials like Subway, I saw it, or when they playing your videos on random computer screens in some food shops. And everything. Yeah, that's what people are dreaming of, and you already achieved it. And also one thing that is a goal for people is speak in front of a big group of people who are interested in not everyday stories, inspiring stories. I'm talking about TEDx. So how did your TEDx speech happen in general?
I think that also started with an email, I guess. I don't remember. Yeah, I caught someone's attention with my story, with this rinks closure story, and how I managed to stand up and still keep practicing what I wanted to do. So I was invited to speak at a local TEDx event, and we were meeting a couple of these TEDx coaches, and together we created the story which could be interestingly told to a wider audience. So we worked on the script. I memorized the script. It was very hard. I had a little cheat sheet on a screen that was facing to me, so I could have read cheat messages for myself if I wanted to, but I memorized the script so much that was not needed for me. But I also saw it was a presentation view for the presentation that was going behind me. I also saw the upcoming slides and the current slides. So basically I just memorized what the story that was my story, of course, but we created to make it interesting. I memorized the story and I was telling to the audience based on I memorized the story segment for each picture that was displaying, and yeah, it was interesting. It was a 15 minutes long speech, pretty stressful, I can say that, speaking in front of a wide audience, but I hope the story became motivational for the people who saw it.
Yeah, I think I already rewatched your TEDx speech, what you uploaded on your channel a few times. I'll put it right there in the info button, guys, if you want to check it out. This speech and what he's talking about freestyle ice skating is in so many ways interesting for freestyle ice skaters or just for individuals who think different, but I don't want to talk more about that. Check it out. Okay, so now Nandi grabbed something special. Look at the young daddy with his 3 weeks old son, Wenzel. Now we got 2 epic Makleits in this family. So how are you feeling? You got all you ever wanted in your arm, huh?
It's, I don't know, very good. You should try it.
I can't imagine that, but yeah.
It's very exhausting at the moment. A lot of work from our side, but it definitely worth it. Yeah, that's what everybody tells me, and it really how it is.
I don't have any words at the moment, to be honest. It's just I was talking with you and with Vicky for how long are we that good friends? I guess at least 5 years that we are very close friends, and we're talking about everything and saying see you tomorrow when we know we won't meet each other for another year. Yeah. And now seeing you the first time live with the baby on the arm, this is... I don't have words at the moment. Please say something. I don't have words for this.
Yeah, it's very good. He's warm. Now has some allergic reactions to milk, but it will go away. We love him very much.
I can remember when Vicky was pregnant and I was visiting you a few months ago, and now you got this in your hands.
Yeah.
All right, so this was Nandi with his baby in his arms. Vicky is not in the mood to go in front of the camera, so I will respect that, but I'll put in some photos of tiny little Wenzel, the baby of Nandi, the epic Nagyerdei Korisok baby. Okay, let's continue the interview with another question. Your skates at the moment, what kind of skates are you wearing at the moment? And a question I had a long time in my life, I already got it answered, but probably the people want to know it. What is this special T-blade fitness skate thing like? Yeah. Can you explain that?
The fitness skate, it was here.
Yeah, let's talk about your skates.
So this skate, yeah.
Yeah.
Right here. pretty interesting concept.
Why
I just
why did
bought-
you
I-
choose
I-
fitness skates, by the way?
It was very comfortable, very cozy. It's so soft, so warm. It was the best choice at that time.
But then you needed a sharper blade and you mounted T-blade under it.
Yeah, the blades were crap, so I replaced it to a T-blade system. But look at these screws. I hope it's not blurry, too close to the camera. But this part just broke so early that I have to fix it with a custom pair of screws on both sides on both skates. So it was starting to fall apart very early. But I was still using it because why not? I could repair it. I loved it.
Yeah, I know the love for the skate. Then I got my first hockey skate and my love completely changed. So what kind of skate are you wearing at the moment?
At the moment, couple of years old model from Bauer.
Bauer.
And it's just fine.
And why did you switch back from T-blade to regular blades?
I like regular blades better because I have a fully sharp, I have a fully curved profile, and I can use a shallower radius because I didn't like the quality that much. It was good for when I started, but I needed a better setup now.
Okay. So to end up the interview, what are your plans for the future?
That's a tough question. For myself, develop a couple of tricks that I still want to. But that's just what I say in every year. Just a couple more tricks and I still keep going. I don't know when it will stop. For the team,
Okay.
play as long as we can.
Okay, and about YouTube, your YouTube channel, events, your team, and especially in connection with the baby.
If I have time, I want to keep uploading videos that are interesting. I will definitely have less time from now on. But if there is something interesting, I will make an edit for it. For events, if I have time and the mood to organize one, yeah, why not? Why not meet awesome people?
Okay, and the question a lot of guys who know me and know that you're my friend asked me, you were never ever seen at an event you not organized except this one time in Falun. So will you ever go to places like Night of Freestyle and Jumps or other events like the Katowice event in Poland? Is it an option for you to travel there once, or do you think if I haven't found time before the baby, I will not find time now with the baby?
I will probably won't do that because I don't like to travel that much. It's very exhausting for me. It costs a lot of money. This country is not the richest. The euro is the forint comparing to the euro is pretty bad now. It's even worse than before. So it just doesn't worth it to travel for me.
Alright, so this was my interview with Nandi from Nagyerdei Korisok. He will read the comments, so if you have any more questions, just write them below in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Nandi, for the interview. I really
Thank you.
hope that I can visit you someday in the future when you're not that occupied with the baby. Otherwise, yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss anything in the future, and also feel free to follow me on Instagram. Yeah, and if you want to buy my t-shirt with logo, also Nandi's logo on it, check down the link in the description. So then, see ya, or as Nandi would say,
See you. Have a nice day.